Every day, something dramatic happens in the Caribbean that affects our lives. We'll give you the details. We'll give you the facts on Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick. Host Eddie Frederick.
So glad you can join us. Miguel Díaz-Canel to lead Cuba's Communist Party and the Brazilian variant of COVID-19 has been picked up in Trinidad and Tobago. These stories take the lead in our 1095th edition of Caribbean Perspective for Wednesday, 21st April 2021. Details after this break.
Hubbard's big promotion is back. Live free for 1 year. Spend $50 or more in any Hubbard's department and receive a chance to win big prizes every month. Property or vehicle insurance for 1 year. Free internet, cable and data for 1 year. Free fuel for 1 year. Free cooking gas for 1 year. Free electricity for 1 year. Free drinks for 1 year. Extra cash account and the big free groceries for 1 year. Promotion runs from April 1st to September 30th, 2021. Live free for 1 year with Hubbard's in association with Solgas, Flow, Grenadian General Insurance, Carib Brewery, Coca-Cola, Grenada Bottling Company, Grenlec, Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Dutch Lady Milk, Promo, Danny and Supreme. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back. Cuba's Communist Party has announced Miguel Díaz-Canel will succeed Raul Castro as the party's first secretary. Díaz-Canel, who in 2018 succeeded Castro as Cuba's president, had been widely tipped for the arguably more influential post of party leader. The transition means that the island will be governed by someone other than Fidel or Raul Castro for the first time since the Cuban Revolution in 1959. Díaz-Canel is seen as loyal to the Castros and their economic model. Speaking on Friday, when Díaz-Canel had not been officially named yet as first secretary, Raul Castro said that he would hand over the leadership to a younger generation, full of passion and anti-imperialist spirit. At 60, Díaz-Canel is almost 30 years younger than his predecessor. It follows the announcement on Friday, on the first day of the party's 4-day Congress, that Raul Castro was stepping down from the key position of First Secretary. The 89-year-old had been in the post since 2011, when he took over from his older brother Fidel Castro. Between them, the two brothers have ruled Cuba since the 1959 revolution, which overthrew the authoritarian ruler, General Fulgencio Batista. Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley remains COVID-19 positive. That's after his latest test done on Monday. Also, health officials say the Brazilian variant of the virus had been detected right in Trinidad and Tobago. Anselm Gibbs of TV6 News reports.
Elderly man with comorbidity is TNT's 154th COVID-related death. This was announced in the Health Ministry's latest update, which also said there are 24 new cases, 8 more people have been discharged from public health facilities, and there were 28 more recovered community cases. The number of people vaccinated in TNT is now 17,695. TNT now has 834 active COVID-19 cases, among them Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley. A statement from the Office of the Prime Minister said Dr. Rowley was again tested on Monday for COVID-19 and the results remain positive. The Prime Minister first tested positive for the virus on April 6th. He remains in isolation in Tobago. Also, the Health Ministry said the Brazilian variant of COVID-19 was picked up in a local sample taken on Monday. According to health officials, the sample was taken from a COVID-19 positive patient in the Nariva Mayaro County. The Health Ministry said the tracing required to restrict the variant from spreading has already begun and all quarantine protocols remain in place. Anselm Gibbs, TV6 News.
The death of Franklin Khan has resulted in a cabinet reshuffle that has not only led to the appointment of a new energy minister, but also a new national security minister and a new youth development and national service minister. The Prime Minister advised the President of the cabinet changes on Monday while he remains in isolation at his official residence in Tobago after having announced that he had tested positive for COVID-19 on April 6th. Joel Brown of TV6 News has that report.
Less than 3 days after Franklin Khan died on Saturday, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley has given the Energy and Energy Affairs portfolio to Stuart Young in the latest cabinet reshuffle. Mr. Young had been the Minister of National Security since August 6, 2018. The Prime Minister has reassigned the National Security portfolio to Fitzgerald Hines, who had been the Minister of Youth Development and National Service since August 19th of last year. In a Facebook post, Mr. Young, the MP for Port of Spain North, St. Anne's West, thanked the Prime Minister for showing confidence in him in his reassignment to the portfolio of Minister of Energy and Energy Industries, in addition to his duties as Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister. Mr. Young said it is a privilege and an honor to serve his country, and he will always give of his best in any role he is tasked with. Minister Young, who gave up his law practice to serve in government, will continue to hold the portfolio of Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister, a post he has held since June 6, 2018. Mr. Young and the late Mr. Khan were part of the negotiating team led by Prime Minister Rowley, who visited London to hold talks with the top executives of British oil and natural gas giant BP, which has operations in Trinidad and Tobago. Mr. Young also accompanied the Prime Minister to Houston for talks with top BP executives, as well as the top brass of Shell and EOG. The latter two oil and gas multinationals also have operations in Trinidad and Tobago. On Saturday, Minister Young had paid tribute to Mr. Khan, who he described as someone with a wealth of knowledge who was always willing to share advice based on his experience, with whom he spent many hours strategizing and leading negotiations in the energy sector for Trinidad and Tobago. Upon receiving his new Energy and Energy Affairs portfolio, Mr. Young wished his colleague, Minister Fitzgerald Hines, all the very best in assuming the portfolio of Minister of National Security. Mr. Hines, who is also a lawyer by profession, is the MP for Laventille West. Since becoming a member of the cabinet led by Dr. Rowley, Mr. Hines has served as Minister of Youth Development and National Service, Minister of Public Utilities, Minister of Works and Transport, and Minister in the Ministry of the Attorney General and Legal Affairs. He once served as Minister of State in the Ministry of National Security from June 1st, 2004 to November 7th, 2007, under a previous PNM administration then led by the late Patrick Manning. Another change in the cabinet announced by the Prime Minister on Monday will now see Lahokita Talparo MP Foster Cummings assigned to the Youth Development and National Service portfolio. Joel Brown, TV6 News.
You're listening to Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick.
Over in Guyana, Gordon Mosley reports that the Public Utilities Commission is expected to face growing demands in the coming years, and President Irfan Ali recommitted the support of the government to the work of the body.
Former Minister of Government Dr. Nanda Gopal was sworn in as the newest commissioner of the PUC. President Ali said the Public Utilities Commission must continue to look out for consumers, adding that the commission must also remain efficient.
They're expected to examine the services provided by public utilities, referring the social and economic welfare of consumers, and ensuring the provision of quality and efficient services.
The PUC is tasked to regulate, investigate, and have enforcement under the PUC Act by the Guyana Energy Agency Act, the Electricity Reform Act, and the Telecommunication Act. The function allows the Commission to make rules that govern the utility sector. The Commission is also mandated to be the judge of the rates the companies charge, the services they offer, and to also scrutinize any program introduced by companies with the interests of the consumer and investor at heart. The government, the President said, will work to support the efforts of the PUC.
The government of Guyana is as committed to supporting the work of the PUC as it is to expanding and improving the quality of public services provided to citizens. The work of the PUC is expected to intensify as Guyana enters the new phase of its development, and which has already witnessed the liberalization of telecommunications sector, and plans are ahead for power generation and water supply, of boosting power generation and water supply.
GTT, GPL, Gather Water Incorporated, and Digicel currently fall under the Public Utilities Commission.
Teachers picket in Belize City and demand that utilities giants pay up their taxes. Dwayne Mudo of News 5 Belize reports.
At 4 locations across the city today, Digistore on Regent Street, Belize Telemedia Limited on St. Thomas Street, and Smart Headquarters on the Philip Wilson Highway and its branch in downtown Belize City, a small handful of teachers gathered to picket. They clamored for these telecommunication companies to pay their taxes.
We're actually picketing against the taxes, the huge taxes that are owed by these business places. And specifically, we're looking at Smart and BTL. It's out there. The salaries will be cut. But these business places owe these huge taxes, collect these taxes. And that's one way how we could get these revenues in. So we're sending a strong message that hear us. These people are the ones that owe, render to Caesar what is Caesar. You owe the government, pay the government. These are other things that could be looked into instead of cutting our salaries.
Due to the COVID-19 restrictions and social distancing guidelines, the numbers were small and scattered. The teachers were working in shifts as throughout the day. They got the attention of not only motorists traversing the thoroughfares, but also the telecom giants.
We're at BTL on St. Thomas and Smart on the Philip Wilson Highway, and then we'll proceed to Central Bank, where the meeting is happening today with government officials and our union members.
I know for a fact that meetings have been happening whole of this week with the national executive of the BNTU. I know you sit on that executive. In terms of this is only a first step. There are a lot of other activities that have been planned.
You're putting me on the spot here, but yes, there's other planned activities of which I will not disclose now. But yes, we have other planned activities coming up.
The flyers sent clear messages, breaking down the numbers and highlighting the taxes that teachers pay compared to other professions. BNTU President Tanya Flowers-Gillett says that there needs to be equity.
It's the people that work the hardest. We work hard and we're paying a large amount of taxes. Think about these lawyers, 6%, and the amount of money they make compared to us teachers. That's unfair, that's unjust. So we need our government to hear us. Let's be fair across the board.
Dwayne Muda for News 5.
Did you know that your friends and family can now shop at the Food Fair from anywhere in the world, and you can receive here in Grenada? The Food Fair and GrenadaMarket.com now make it possible through secure online shopping and personalized customer service. Simply send your loved ones a list of your preferred items or let them fill an online basket, and the items will be available for pickup or delivery. Visit GrenadaMarket.com or thefoodfair.gd today for more details. The new norm. Spread the news.
I am Eddie Frederick. This has been Caribbean Perspective, a whole new approach to highlighting developments in the Caribbean. In the meantime, please continue to log on to CaribbeanPerspective.com for more daily news and more.